left out, that's when I went to the Intelligencer in Wheeling, and anyway, that's why I went there, because they offered full time. Anyway, here we go. Alex Daugherty of now, you used to know him on theforecheck.com. Now he's at A to Z Sports Nashville. And by the way, I love A to Z Sports Nashville. Admittedly, that's Middle Tennessee, not East Tennessee. But folks, and by the way, if you're wondering, I'm Marky Billson, Tri-City Sports Now. They have, a lot of these sports websites, fanboy sites, not A to Z Sports Nashville, and they do some really good, not homer stories on the Tennessee Volunteers. I suggest two of the best sites and that's why we have these guys on. A to Z Sports Nashville and allfortennessee.com if you're looking at the Vols. But if you're looking at the Predators, Alex Daugherty is one of the guys that I like to talk to, and he knows what's going on, and he asked in his two pivotal questions for the Predators story that he wrote yesterday, or excuse me, 2 days ago, I'm sorry. Kevin Fiala. What are the odds that this guy becomes a 40-goal scorer this year? Young, had 23 goals last year. It seems to me that that's a guy that the Predators really want to come on this year. What are the odds of him of this being the breakout year for Fiala?
I think it's pretty good. I don't know that he'll get to 40 goals, but I think he has a really good shot to get to 30. I think, and the Predators really need that, because if you look at this team, the only two players that the opposing teams really have to worry about on a nightly basis are Philip Forsberg, who is a star in the league and who can score a goal every game if he wanted to, and I think the other one is PK Subban, who is one of the better defensemen in the league, top three. He was a Norris Trophy finalist last year. So it's really those two players, and I think a lot of teams think that they can take care of those two players. There's no one else to worry about. Well, if you can have Kevin Fiala, much like a football team having that really good second wide receiver, if you have two guys up front that you have to worry about every night, that makes the whole team better. And he had 23 goals last year, and I think he's well on his way. He improved his shooting percentage, worked well with the new center Kyle Turris. I really think that he's well on his way. I think he'll get to 30 goals this year. That's what I have him at.
My favorite player, you know it, is Pekka Rinne. We were doing ads for the Tennessee Lottery here on 1420 NBC Sports Radio Tri-Cities, where they advertised Rinne as the best goalie in the NHL, and I'm not necessarily sure that he's not. But is this the last year that Pekka Rinne will be playing for the Nashville Predators?
Well, he is on his contract year. This is the last year of his 7-year, $7 million contract he signed. But everything that I've heard sounds like they are working on a deal to get him signed through next year at least. David Boyle was actually on the radio this morning in Nashville and reiterated they have been talking, and it's in the works. I thought it would happen before the season started. I thought they probably want to get it out of the way. Doesn't look like it's happened yet, unless it happens sometime in the next 8 hours. But I don't know that he's, obviously when you win a Vezina Trophy, you've got the world, everyone knows about you now. You've got the recognition. Can you go out and repeat that performance? He would have to do something that no NHL goalie has ever done, and that's win 2 straight Vezina trophies after the age of 35. Mm-hmm. The oldest player to ever win a Vezina trophy was 40-year-old Jacques Plante, obviously a Hall of Famer. But Pekka Rinne, with no goalie has ever won back-to-back over the age of 35, and Rinne will be 36 this year. So I don't know that he'll win another one, but he'll be very good again this year, I'm sure.
But is 36 too old, really, in your opinion? I mean, you said that maybe this hasn't happened with the Vezina Trophy, but I kind of see him in, like, if I can use a football analogy, I mean, there have been plenty of goalies that have played well into their 30s, even 40s and such. And for that matter, look at, say, Marc-Andre Fleury leading the Golden Knights to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. I mean, this isn't a spring chicken by any means.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's definitely not too old. I think
it's not a forward. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think the difference would be, obviously, you brought up Fleury. Fleury's a much smaller goalie. He's very athletic. He's got a smaller have that big frame and you have to move around a lot, if you're starting 50, 60 games a year, it's just going to break you down a little bit more. So, no, it's definitely not too old. He could easily have a dozen of trophy caliber season this year. Just he would have to do something that no goalie has ever done. So we'll see if it happens.
We're talking to Alex Daugherty, A to Z Sports Nashville. He covers the Predators for them, and we've had him on a lot. He's my favorite Predators guest to have on. Want to ask, though, who do you think is the biggest challenge in the Western Conference for the Predators this year? Would it be the Jets again, who knocked them out of the playoffs this past season, or perhaps the Sharks? Who would you say?
I think definitely the Jets. The Predators have always had a problem handling high-powered offenses. You've seen it throughout their history, especially over the last few years. The Sharks are good, but I think that they're fixed defensively, and I think that the Predators could handle that kind of a matchup. But the Jets are the team to beat for the Predators, I think, especially since they lost to them in 7 games last year. They're not quite as good. They didn't keep Paul Stastny, who was a really big center that was a huge part of their team last year, but they're still going to be dynamic, and they're going to be really tough to face. And the head-to-head matchup and then possibly playoff matchup is going to be huge with the Jets.
The next question, though, is who do you think is the top team in the Eastern Conference?
Well, that's a good question. I really liked, obviously you got to like what the Maple Leafs did, getting John Tavares.
Yeah, but they're cursed. But yeah. Other than being cursed, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can obviously never count out the Penguins with both of their Crosby and Malkin. There's some other teams that could sneak up there and be pretty good. But Tampa Bay is obviously going to be a playoff team, and they're going to be tough to beat. So I'd say Tampa, Toronto, Pittsburgh, and I'm going to go ahead and put Washington in there, the defending champs. So
yeah, you're not.
Those 4 teams.
You're not saying that the cat. When you said Pittsburgh first, it told me there you don't necessarily think there was a changing of the guard from Crosby to Ovechkin, despite the fact that Alexander Ovechkin won the Stanley Cup last year. Which, let's face it, it looked like it was probably going to be just a matter of time before he did. This is Alexander Ovechkin here, for crying out loud. But you're not necessarily seeing a true changing of the guard then, despite the fact the Caps won the Stanley Cup last year, is what you're telling me.
No, definitely not. The Caps are still good, but we all know that the playoffs can produce teams that win when they're hot, but aren't necessarily incredible teams over the course of their history. And no team can compete with having centers at the elite level like Crosby and Malkin. I mean, Ovechkin is a great player, but he's just one man on a team, and they've got some other good players too. No, I think Pittsburgh is still the class of that division. We'll see what happens when the playoffs roll around.
He's Alex Daugherty. He's now at A to Z Sports Nashville. Check out the site. I mean, it is good. It is really good, and I mean that. A to Z Sports Nashville. And even though we're in East Tennessee, look, if you're a Predators fan, if you're a Vols fan, if you are a Titans fan, they've got good coverage there. It's something to check out. And, hey, you've heard it with Alex Daugherty right here. We'll be in touch with you as the Predators season goes on. But tonight, they start their season with the New York Rangers, and it's a game that will be shown on the NBC Sports Network, of course, so you'll be able to flip over from that. Baseball playoffs, Patriots, Colts. Boy, today they got a lot of options today, don't they, your Alex Daugherty? Your only option is to keep listening to Tri-City Sports Now, though. How's that?